It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obi Uchendu. Welcome to the last episode of Rubbin Minds for 2019. What a year. What a year. So much has happened this year. It's still a little weird to imagine that this was the year we had an election. It feels like it's been ages ago. We had an election this year. So much happened. Politics, with entertainment, with just a plethora of things to talk about with regards to 2019, but just a few days away from 2020, the magical year that everything was supposed to transform in Nigeria. If you happen to get your hands on the Vision 2020 document, you know what I'm talking about. But fingers crossed, we're hopeful that next year brings great things. But we're going to be looking at all of that subsequently in our shows to come. For now, we're going to be rounding up the year with someone who's a favorite of mine, who's been on the show before, but is coming back now to talk about more of what she does in her industry and something very, very important that we should be looking out for. Veteran actor and one of my favorites, Bimbo Akintola. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Yeah,
what was the highlight of 2019 for you?
Let's see, highlight.
I feel like every Nigerian goes when you ask them about 2019.
2019, this year has been a bit rough for all of us, I think, in so many ways. Let's look forward to
We're happy we're here.
I look forward to 2020. But of course, the industry is still there and still growing, so that's a big plus.
Yeah.
And, you know, we still have so many projects like the one I'm here to talk about.
Yeah.
So that's what's interesting. I think entertainment will always be here no matter how sad the year is.
Which is very interesting, and I think it's something that we probably should touch on a bit, and how we should probably give lessons maybe to the other sectors in the country, how this industry continues to thrive. There's a recession, entertainment does well. The GDP seems to not be doing so well, but entertainment is thriving. What is the industry doing that maybe the rest of Nigeria maybe should try to replicate? I don't know.
I think it's also about the kind of people that we are. If you go to the cinemas, watch the people that come. They come for the laughter. It's important. Life has been so hard. You know, this week has been crazy. What do I want to do? I want to take my girlfriend or my wife or whoever to the cinema just to relax. So we're part of relaxation. Okay. That's how come we work. You need us to relax. We don't really have that much to do in Nigeria apart from watching films. What else is there to do?
Going to weddings.
And church.
And church.
So I think that is the key thing. But also, we have amazing talent in this industry. Yeah. And you can't help but notice that. So I think that's also one thing we have that's working for us like crazy. Great.
Very, 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 very true there. You mentioned, you talked about projects, and you seem to be delving a lot more on stage than doing film. I don't know. I know it's something you like. You love the stage. You love to express yourself, and people say that's the purest form of acting. Very deliberate.
You see, with stage, it's instant. You can tell if people like it or not. And also, there's this feeling with all the people you're working with that you can't replicate anywhere else. Yeah. You know, you have weeks of rehearsal and you become a family, a unit. And it's amazing. You learn so much in that process. Like with what we're doing now, how many women, and us being together for so long, we've become one. We've learned. There's support, there's laughter, we share. So stage, apart from just, you know, going on stage and performing for the audience and, you know, the instant rush and then the instant understanding that people love what you're doing, there's also the preparation of it that's so amazing.
Yeah. How much of you doing more stage than film or television has anything to do with the fact that maybe you don't think the industry is where it should be?
No. For me, work is about what touches me. If it's something I find important, a message that we must share, I'm all for it. Yeah. So, and you find out with stage, a lot of people are talking about those things in Nigeria that we never talk about. Those issues that we always sweep under the carpet. On stage, we're finding voice. Yeah. And we're airing all these opinions. We're talking about those things like with other country. Yeah. It's about so many things. It's about life. It's about womanhood. It's about relationships. It's about growth. I mean, you have how many generations of women on this show? You have Auntie Joke, you have Mama G, Patience Azoko, you have myself, you have Kate Henshaw, you have young people like Dara Adelaoye. So, you know, generation of women, and we're all voicing. And for all of us, the parts that we're playing in this play, all our characters, they are so important because of the messages that we're voicing, which is why I find stage for me sometimes more endearing than film.
Yeah. She's talking about a stage play which we're going to be talking about later called Ada the Country, and
Yes.
we'll get to that much later in this conversation. I want to ask you something very interesting. I had an informal chat with a Nollywood legend, if I can use that word, and she was talking about, you know, the idea of how distribution in the country has made things very difficult to sort of, and has demystified the actor. You know, we're talking about, you know, in Hollywood, for example, you don't run into actors everywhere you go. The mystery also sort of helps the art form sometimes. So when you see someone on your screens, you're excited. Basically, her grudge was with this, you know, the need for actors now to go. You go to cinemas, you see actors standing behind counters, begging you to come and watch their films. Literally, actors are now marketers of their films, and it's almost something you have to do now because you need your movies to sell. So actors are now just not just actors; they are now PR people, they are publicists, they are marketers. All for. Do you think is this something we should be worried about, or you don't think it's a thing?
It is something to worry about, but, you know, because if you watch other industries outside the country, there's the clear lines of what you're supposed to do as an actor, and what your publicist should do, and what your agent should do, and what your manager should do. But that doesn't exist here. We have to be realistic.
So it's still a structural issue.
We don't have structures, period. There are no structures. So if you find, and in all honesty, people identify with actors. You're watching a film, you say, oh, my favorite actor is, you know, Genevieve, oh, Joke Silva, Shola Shubowale, Ramsey Noah, and they want to see what they're doing, which is why at the end of the day, we become a marketing tool. Because people identify with us, and it's important for you to get people to the cinemas. Now, in all honesty, the reason that's happening is because for films, the distribution network is
so thin,
non-existent. The only way to sell your films is to certain outlets or to marketers. And it's not like where you have outside the country and you can release your film, you know, everywhere in the country one day. And even if you do, where are the places? How many cinemas do we have? You know, there's so many things working against us, but we're still there strong.
Where would you rather see investment in, with filmmakers or in cinemas?
Distribution. I mean, I understand with all the loans that are coming out and how important they are to support the industry, but please, if I'm getting a loan and I'm shooting a film, how am I giving you back the money if I can't sell it or distribute it properly? Distribution is key. If you can distribute all over Africa in one day, yes, now we're talking. So distribution.
Fair enough. You're hitting a very milestone age next year, I believe.
Which is, I never remember stuff like that.
You tell me.
25, right?
We'll say it's 25. Are you excited about...
How many years? Yeah, 20 something.
Does it never speak on a woman's age?
No, I'm
or
16.
ask
Everybody
her?
knows I'm 16.
Okay. But 2020, I mean, you're starting off the year with this play, Ada the Country. What are some things you're excited about for next year? Before we talk about the play itself.
I'm excited about, I have so many projects coming out.
Yeah.
I have something coming out at the cinemas on February 14th. I have so many projects coming out. I'm excited to, I'm also producing. So I'm excited to explore that part of me with my producer cap on to see how that works. So that's my plan for me for 2020.
Yeah. What are you... talking about Ada the Country now, what is this play about and what informed? Because the cast is pretty amazing. Like you said, there's Joke Silva, Patience Ozokwo, there's you, there's Lala Akindoju, there's just, I mean, it's unbelievable. What I mean, you can't give it away, of course, but what is it about and what informed this play?
It's about us. It's about relationships, really. It's about life.
Yeah.
Every time we're rehearsing, I find myself emotional. Why? Because the lines speak to me so much, especially Joke Silva's lines. She has a line that she's talking to her daughter, and you see, it tells us about relationships between mothers and daughters, husbands and wives. We talk about our responsibilities to each other, how we support each other, how we look out for each other. It's so key, you know. in life for us to be there for each other. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about being, you know, you can't be the perfect mother. We're talking about how we see our mothers. We're talking about how we look at our husbands. We're talking about how sometimes we're so strong, we forget that we also need time to heal and just, you know, breathe. So it's about life. It's life lessons. Everybody has to see it. I promise you.
Because I was going to ask, why should a guy come see it?
Because it's about relationships, husband and wife. It's about loss. It's about so many things. It's not just women. No, it's not just women. Yes, we do deal with a lot of feminine issues, but it's also, we can't talk about women without men, can we? We're all part, you know, husbands, wives. True. So we talk about men as well. We talk about relationships between a husband and a wife at a particular point in their marriage. Yeah. So I'm not going to give it away.
Do you think there's people who believe that there's a lot of talk about, you know, women issues these days, a lot of feminism talk, and plays like this are becoming quite frequent. Do you think there's a little too much of that?
There's not enough. There's not enough. Please, if we have places where women are still not getting educated in this country, how can you say it's enough? Yeah. It's not enough. We've not even started. Look, it's important for us to talk about women. It's important for us to teach women, teach our daughters. Look, in Nigeria, head of the house, father, mother. Who raises the children? Mother. We need to support her. And you know, if a woman is not right, that means the house is not right. Yeah. That means it trickles down to every other part of society. So it's important. We've not even started talking about feminine issues in this country. Because there's so much every day. Women in workplaces, how are they treated as opposed to men? Are we collecting the same
pay?
Yes, all those things are things that we should talk about.
Is that still a thing in Nollywood? Equal pay?
It's a thing. In London, no, Nollywood, we're good.
Yeah, okay.
We're good. We're not like you. Like
yes.
We're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I believe there's a lot of very strong women in Nollywood who have been earning the big bucks.
A lot of strong women like Joker Silver.
So like you better pay them their due.
Yes, you know. Yeah. But, you know, it's important. I don't think we've started.
Yeah, there's still a lot to talk about. Would you call yourself a feminist?
I am a person. Call me a feminist if you must put a title to it, but I am a person. And what's most important to me as a person is being able to live a perfect life with my children. Yeah. So that's what being a feminist is, isn't it? Yeah. Just making sure that everything is in the right place, taking care of women, because we have to. Yeah.
Are you worried about sort of the perception of feminism now?
I am, because everybody starts saying all sorts of funny things. You say somebody's a feminist, they say, oh, she's married with children. Why is she married with children? Excuse me,
what she has to be a bitter person.
What is the definition of feminists? Yeah. How are you a woman? Yeah. That is the definition. It's not standing alone and saying goodbye to men. No, it's just understanding that as a woman, you're strong. As a woman, you're creative. As a woman, you're intelligent and you have a lot to give. Yeah.
A play like other countries, does that address some of these issues that, you know, because I said this because there's a lot of misunderstanding of what feminism is and should be, and we all know the power of plays and movies and how it sort of over time instills knowledge in people. Does the play do that?
It does. It does address that. Yeah. It does address that issue. It's all about. How do I describe it without giving too much away?
You can tell I'm digging.
Yes, you are digging. It does.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. How long is this play running for?
It's 1 hour, 30 minutes, and it's from the 2nd of January to the 5th of January. It's produced by Johnny Circle, directed by the one and only Kemi Lala Akintola, and the writer Tittle is amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
How was the casting done? That's important because, like you said, it's a play about women across generations. Were there people who were sort of, okay, you're definitely doing this, or were there people who came in and fell off? Or
I think
because it's a very powerful cast.
I think Lala knew what she wanted from the director, knew what she wanted from day one. She sent me the script. I read it. I was like, wow. The lines are so powerful. They speak to everyone. Yeah. If you have a mom, you need to come and watch it. because you respect your mom and you. There's so many things we don't realize that mothers have given up for us. We don't think about it.
Yeah.
We just think about how our lives turned out and not theirs.
Yeah.
And it just reminds you of how much your parents, not just your mom, also your dad, gave up for you to be who you are.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. You have to come and see it.
Yeah. Very, very well. I'm definitely looking forward.
And also, don't forget it's a musical.
Even better.
All the songs are original.
Okay.
And they are amazing.
And where is this showing?
Wilson Center.
Once again, on the 2nd.
Till the 5th. 2nd, 3rd, 4th,
2 shows a
5th.
day?
First day we have 1 show, and then after that 2 shows a day.
How do you guys do 2 shows a day for almost 2 hours? So that's almost 4 hours
Energy.
of work every day. Mm-hmm. And you prefer that to movies? Why would anybody?
I've told you why. Because it's you don't even feel like you're doing that much.
Yeah.
You're with a community of people. You're there together working, so you don't feel like
Yeah.
that. And also, when the message of what you're sending across is so important, you don't think about all that. You just go.
Quickly now, you mentioned production as a possibility for next year. And there was a lot of Oscar conversations that happened this year with regards to the movie being submitted and then getting dropped because of language issues and all of that. I know people are probably going to be a little more deliberate now with doing some of these things. Is that something you probably will be considering? Because we do have movies in indigenous languages, but quality has always been an issue in that part of things. Is this something you'll be exploring maybe? Maybe not next year, but maybe in the future.
Maybe not next year, but definitely in the future. A lot of people are already looking into that.
Yeah.
Like, there are more things opening up to the industry, and we're looking forward to what it will bring.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was ashamed that couldn't go because of the language barrier, because I thought it was a good effort.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll find out more about your plans for the future and some more personal questions. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm here with Bimbo Akintola. We're talking Nollywood, stage, and most things entertainment. I want to talk about, remuneration now. And I think besides distribution, that's one of the biggest talking points about the industry where, and it's very heartbreaking when you hear some of the figures being paid to actors. Mm-hmm. When someone gets sick, you're already seeing them on social media asking for funds for an ailment that's 3-4 million naira sometimes, and you're wondering, you've had a career this long, you didn't save up. Why? What can we do about that, you think?
Structures. No structure. That's the truth. There's no... Look, with a union, you decide the pay, work hours, health benefits, all those things come under that. And we don't have that. We don't have a proper structure. It falls back to that. Yeah. Without a structure, there's nothing to talk about.
You feel sometimes like the onus is on some of you who have been around for that long to do this?
Something. Yes, it is honesty, but we're not.
Yeah, unfortunately. Would you ever run like the guild maybe?
I'm not a political person.
Yeah.
I'm the least political person you will ever meet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a political person. I can see other people do that, not me.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah. I hate to ask this question, but it comes up a lot, about the lifestyle of female actors or actresses and how they make their money. And as much as I know it's nobody's business how they make their money, because, nobody died. You can do whatever it is you want to do. But, there's always talk about, if you are not necessarily earning this from acting, then don't let people be deceived into thinking, that's what happens in that industry. Do you see that?
I totally agree with that, because it's deceptive. You're giving young girls and boys out there the impression that if you come to this industry,
this is what your life would look like.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Show them the other businesses that you're doing so they understand that you're not just an actor. There's so much more that you're doing.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I'm one of those that totally believe that they should stop.
Yeah.
If you must show off, your lifestyle, then also
let us know what you're doing.
Yeah, where it's coming from.
Especially in the social media age where there's a lot of... Everything is visual now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this, children are so impressionable. Teenagers, they want that. They want that life that you're showing. Yeah. And they think that once I become an actor, I will have it. Sorry, it's not true.
Listen to her. She knows what she's saying.
Listen. It's not true.
Do you still get the marriage question?
I do. And my reply is the same.
Which is?
Now it's gone into a shrug.
Yeah.
Why should I?
Is it ever going to happen, you think? Or is that something you sort of worry about or bother about anymore?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I've never bothered about it or worried about it. I could have, look, see, the truth of the matter is I could have been married 5 million times over, right? It's just that, in all honesty, I've not seen anyone I can spend the rest of my life with. I'm not joking. And I don't know how to cut corners.
Yeah.
In all honesty, that's it. Done.
But you're still kind of open to, you should still be open to it, maybe? Not really.
For the sake of the world, yes. Isn't it just like
Is that because you don't need it? You don't see the need for it?
Oh, no. There's always need for companionship and there's always need for a partner. I'd
Yeah.
never tell anyone not to marry. No, it's important that you do. You know, if it's what works for you, always do what works for you. You need to be truthful to your own self.
Yeah.
And I'm just being truthful to myself.
Yeah. Fair enough.
To thine own self be true.
Very, very important. You've been in the industry now for 25 years.
Yes.
From Overblow.
Next year, 25. Gosh.
25 years.
We should have a party.
That's a really, really long time. You look at your journey and where you are now. Missteps you think you had, things you probably should have done differently or not done.
In all honesty, I don't think I could do it a different way if I'm me. Everything I've done has been true to myself, in all honesty.
Yeah.
So I'd say taking away the mistakes from your lives is losing all the lessons that you learned along the way. So for me, definitely the same way.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because all that, all the experiences, all the mistakes are those things that brought me here today.
No low moments you look back on and just like,
definitely. We all have low moments in life. Most definitely I had my low moments.
Yeah.
You know. But you pick yourself up again and you go.
High points?
High points, oh my goodness. Loads of high points. I think for me, when we talk about my work, the high points would be the reaction of people when I meet someone who's been touched by a story that we did, or has seen a film and tells me, oh, you know, this is my story,
Yeah.
or this affected me, or this changed my life. For me, those points, those are the highest points.
Great stuff. Well, another country is showing, like she said, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th of January at Musan Center.
Yep.
One show on the 2nd, and from the 3rd to the 5th, 2 shows. I didn't ask you, what character are you playing?
Alero.
And who is Alero? Just give us a brief.
Alero is a confident woman, married with children, and confident of herself. Her man, her man.
Okay.
she's a go-getter. She has a high, flying job, but she also has a great family unit.
Is there a but?
No buts, none whatsoever.
Okay.
None.
Looking forward to meeting Alero. And how can people get tickets? Musan Center?
Yes, you can get at Musan Center and also Aria tickets.
Aria tickets, okay.
Yes.
All right, support the arts. Stage is very, very important. I love watching plays on stage and watching you guys do your thing. It fascinates me every time. Thanks a lot for being here today. All the best.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing that and all the great things you will be doing in 2020. The year of great vision.
Yes.
That's what I like to say. We'll take a break now. I'll be right back. Please don't go away.